I would next like to invite our valedictorian, Advitya Khanna, forward to receive his award and then to stay and address us. So Advitya, please.
Good afternoon, Dr. Nicholson, Dr. Long, esteemed parents, Woodstock staff, and Kairos, whose name means the perfect moment. It is you who I want to address most importantly today. I would like to begin with a question. Does a 65% on a test constitute competent while 100% perfection? While our education system may have ingrained this notion in our minds, remember that after today, there may not be report cards to measure our achievement. Because life is something that we experience, not something that we measure. We are no longer cloistered by a core curriculum or a daily routine. Parting with the asylum of our high school years, we are governed only by our instinct and judgment. From here onwards, every step that we take, Kairos, will now define who we become. Hence, it is important to maintain focus on the moment and take every step carefully. Whatever path you choose to tread on, Kairos, remember Martin Luther King Jr.'s words. The time is always right to do what is right. So what is right? I believe that to do what is right means to preserve our integrity. And this is what I want to talk about this morning. I believe that integrity is a purity of the mind and the heart that knows no deception, no excuses, no justification. And living with this integrity essentially allows us to live in the moment. I believe that integrity comprises of three essential aspects. One, cultivating and keeping an absolute honesty with oneself. Two, choosing to go through and in spite of circumstances. And three, respecting and serving other people. First, let us take a look at cultivating and keeping an absolute honesty with oneself. The external world defines us by our name, gender, nationality, race, religion, height, weight, role, job, qualifications. But these superficial descriptions are not who we truly are. I was reading this article in the New York Times the other day, and it talked about how humans are all inherently actors. We live to mask our true self through superficial descriptions of ourselves. What I'm trying to say is that just because I'm called Advitya and I'm valedictorian today, these traits do not define who I am. It just means that I got good grades on a couple of tests and quizzes, that is all. But all this is not important, as I said before, because life is something that we experience and not something that we measure. Instead of collecting labels like post-it notes, it is important to experience the true self. Honestly, the true self is very profound, and I do not know exactly where it lies. But I can tell you that it lies somewhere in your understanding of yourself. The way you think of yourself and the world around you is probably the fairest reflection of one's real self. Essentially, you are what you think about most, as stated by Rhonda Byrne in her book, The Secret. Now I think I've talked enough about the true self and where it can be found. I shall talk a bit about how we remain honest with this true self and how this relates to living in the moment. Firstly, what we were yesterday cannot be changed, and what we are tomorrow cannot be determined. So we need to be our whole selves in the present. And we do this by remaining true to our best thoughts, which determine who we are. We do what we feel is right to do. And referring back to Martin Luther King Jr.'s words again, the time is always right to do what is right. We say what it is that we want to say, and whilst remembering to keep our morals intact. For example, if you're a Christian, then do as the Bible says. If you're a Hindu, do as the Gita says. If you're a Muslim, do as the Quran says. And if you're a non-believer, live as close to your own truth as possible. But for all, living in wholeness with integrity is of utmost importance. Now, point number 2, choosing to grow through and in spite of circumstances. The aforementioned idea about religion brings me to another aspect of integrity, which is personal growth. Faith and religion have driven many people to consciously choose personal growth and development in order to live within their own parameters of integrity. Men and women of the stature of Martin Luther King Jr. and Mother Teresa have found personal growth in faith. I, personally, have found that I have been able to grow in reconciling the beliefs of different faiths in the Woodstock school environment. Living in Amritsar, I only came across my Hindu faith, but at Woodstock school 9 years later, I feel like I've grown as a person, learning from the teachings of Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Sikhism, Judaism, and even Hinduism. And how has this helped me to live in the moment? Well, the answer is that it has taught me to live in the moment. All religions I have found want us to focus on getting in touch with our emotions of the present, to let go of stale patterns that no longer serve us, to feel more at peace in stressful situations, to help us realize new things about ourselves, and most importantly, understand our place in this world. Reconciling my Hindu beliefs with new ones has helped me grow personally and helped me live in the moment. It has helped me to live within my own parameters of integrity. You may not find personal growth in religion or reconciling new faiths, as I did, but look for it in other avenues. Perhaps service is another option. And this brings me to my third and final point, which is respecting and serving other people. Well, Kairos implies the opportune moment to act, to live with integrity. So I thought it might be worthwhile talking about respecting other people and serving them. Because relationships, spontaneous and unexpected acts of kindness produce the greatest impact. And we can't be sensitive to these kind of opportunities unless we're living in the moment. I'm sure most of us have served other people, be it through care activities or just helping someone out with math homework. Is it not gratifying, personally fulfilling? Well, what I mean to say is that if we stay in the moment, there will be no room for jealousy, no nagging about things not done, no worrying about work not complete, and no preoccupation with work. Now, this will allow us to build lasting relationships, one where respect is mutual. In turn, relationships will add to our integrity and inherently help us to live in Kairos. Now I've said enough about living in the moment and integrity. Now what exactly is going on in this moment of living? Well, about 20 people over there probably have to use the bathroom and they have a long time to wait. I guess most of us, students and parents, want to get this ceremony over with. I know dozens of you are charmed by my personality. But if we're lucky, about 60% of you are soaking in what I'm saying. 50% maybe. Regardless, we're all here. And in a couple of hours, we won't be. So let's, for one more moment, focus on this idea of Kairos, of the perfect moment. So this is it. This is our time to look around, but not to think that we did it, or we can do anything. Instead, this is our time to look around and think, I am here, we are here, now and together. This idea is pretty simple, but what I'm meaning to say is that the need to focus on the present is not only relevant to special honors and ceremonies. It connects to every action that we perform, every conversation that we inhabit. Do what you want to do, but remember to do it with integrity. So our immediate goal is to focus on the present, which is the ceremony, and to enjoy this honor for exactly what it is. What is graduation? Well, I know for certain that it's our last time here, now, together. 20 years from now, this moment will be the past. So do not wait until the ceremony to get over, to dwell upon your thoughts and feel how you were feeling while sitting in your seat right now. Remember to feel what you feel right now and think what you think right now. And feel and think what you feel and think every now that you encounter in life. Kairos, let us remember to preserve our integrity and do what is right while living fully in the moment. Right now, let us graduate Kairos, class of 2013, in the perfect moment.